Hello and welcome to Gmodism Total Knowledge channel. And I wanted to give you some tips of how to make a movie, a real movie, or a short movie, amateur short movie. Because I have recently been involved in a short movie making project. So it's really interesting, you learn very much from it. And I am the director of this movie, and I also, well, nobody's professional, so we'll do a little of everything. I do editing a bit too, and well, was involved much in the script too. So I will just give you some brief tips of what's very good to think of when you make a short movie, or things you really need to think of. So firstly, you need a good story. Like, if you can see here, I just put it up, it's basically it's a story. We all sat down together and wrote what the film would be about, the plot of the film, and like everything it's about. What will happen in the film, basically. Briefly, I call it a story overview that you really need to begin with. We began with a dream and from our main actor as material, and then we modified it very heavily to make it a good movie. So after you have made your story overview, then you can start with your script. Script is all the lines the people will say. Let me just... Okay. Here is our script. Our script it's for a short film. We don't have so much okay, it's probably half an hour or 20 minutes film, I guess, and of course I will upload it to the channel later on. But here you can see it's the script. It's basically place. You see scene 1, evening home. Then we have Tomiki, I'm home, takes off his shoes. The wife says, welcome back, Tomiki. Tomiki says, I have had dinner already, and walks towards his room. So you can see it's basically, we just have all the happenings here, everything that happens in the film. Like first the brief explanation, like cafe, Tomoki sits with Carrie, and then we have the lines they will say. That's the script, and the script is very good to make notes into. Oops. The second thing you need to think of is the storyboard. The storyboard is basically a brief explanation of how the scenes will look like, how they will be shot, what angle, what you need to think of. Maybe you should read some basic cinematography before making the movie on the internet. You know, maybe if you shoot like this, then I will appear more powerful, you see. And if I shoot, you know, more like this, then I will appear less powerful. And also in the placement of the film, you know, if there is unbalance like this, then you think that maybe something will appear here or something. So there are lots of stuff to think of when making the storyboard. After you made a storyboard, you can begin actually shooting the scenes, and it's also good if the actors practice their lines much, and also if there is some language barrier with the language you use and the actors, it can be good to train very much on certain words or something. Now the movie we make is in a very brief short of time, so we have to stress everything. But of course I will upload it to the channel too. Yes. And now we will look a bit about the editing. Or before we go through the editing, there is a few other tips I need to just say. When you shoot, you need to make that the lighting is enough. If you don't have enough light, then you will have a big problem with your movie. Let's see here. You should have some, you know, lights with you, so you can set up better lighting if needed be. If you shoot outside, you should be aware of that shooting in the night scenes is very, very, very hard. Actually, most night scenes of professional movies are basically always shot in studios. Because you need to fake the lightning, because you can't record if you don't have enough light. So that's a problem. So maybe you need to shoot the scenes where it's a little bit lighter than actually, and then you make the scenes look darker afterwards in post-production in your editing program. Night scenes is very hard. One thing that you also will need to have is that you need to have 2 cameras or 3 cameras. If you only have 1 camera when making a movie, it will be very, very, very hard to shoot a natural dialogue. So, like if we have 2 persons here, now I have the other camera back there, but here is 1 cam, and then the other person will stand here. Then we need a camera here that shoots this person like this, so we can flip between the cameras without needing to move it. So when we do that, the dialogue will be natural and it will not be, cut off and weird. So that's really a good thing to think of. Have 2 cameras or more. Then you also need tripods for your cameras, because if you may be seen in this movie, now it's very hard to keep it steady. And when you record, you won't see that. You will not see. You will think that your hand is more steady than it actually is. Trust me, it looks good when you hold it in your hand, but then when you look at the clips, you realize, oh no. And of course, there is anti-shake things in the editing programs. I will use this for this movie a bit. For some scenes we don't have time, it's a very short time, we need to do this. Yes, tripods, very important. Of course we used mostly tripods, but sometimes you think maybe I can just hold it in my hand and shoot this scene, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work so good. Then one thing more is that if you can, you should have a better sound than is available on the cameras, because the camera sounds are not very good, and sound, as you probably know, is often more important than the visuals for a film to sound and see to appear professional. If the sound is bad and the graphics is awesome, then it's still not a good quality movie. So try to get the best sound you can. Like actually, instead of using the onboard sound on video cameras, you can actually put, if you really have zero budget, you can put a mobile phone, you put it in a sock, and then you have it on a rod, and then you have your very cheapish boom mic. That kind of works. Yes, but let's look at the editing now. So my first tips to you is that you need to sort the video files after you recorded them. And I would do this by making 1 folder for each scenes. We have 27 scenes, because 26 doesn't exist, because, well, we missed that in the script, but that doesn't matter. Make a folder for every scene, so you can put, the recorded files in every, place here, so you easily can edit it together. And then it's always fun to have a bloopers folder. Anyways, so when you have this, you can start editing. Right now we're working on scene number 27, and you of course need a good editing program. So choose an editing program that you like to use. We decided to go with the Cyberlink Power Director for this film. I wouldn't say it's the best program, but I kind of know it, how to use it now, and it's decent and it's not so expensive. Maybe you're thinking of Adobe, editing, but that is very, very expensive. Maybe only for really professional. So for most people, I think many programs will work. Learn how it works so you can work with it. Then one really big warning thing that maybe you have lots of cool effects, don't use them. Look at a real movie and you see that most of the scene cuts are just regular, like this, from one to another. Nothing more than that. Gonna over like this. And like change scene very easily. For some specific places, maybe here we will mark a thought sequence. So we will use a bloom effect like this to show it. And also black and white to show it's not now, so to say. But generally keep the effects and the transitions to very, very little. Fade can be used sometimes, but it should generally not be used so much. Use regular cuts to make it look more professional. Also, when filming, keep steady shots. Don't move around the camera, because if you look at a real movie, the camera is very often steady, except action movies. But action movies are fun to make, but the result will often be well. So when you set up your movie, you will be able to record it and you can export it, and it's easier if you record one scene at a time, and like if you can be able to edit like one scene each, and then you can export it, and then you can start with the next scene, and after that you put it all together. The first part of editing you will only cut the video files how you want it. Then later you will need to later on you can do fix the sound more. Remember to export the sound file separately so you can clean up the sound, and also add music. That's the last step. And then also maybe we want to change the color of this, but that we will do when all the scenes are ready and we put the scenes, we drag them here, every scene we drag them here, and we export the whole movie. So when editing each scene, only make the cuts and choose what sound you want. Then for dialogue scenes, it can be really hard to get a good sound, so it's really advisable if you have better sound. This scene is recorded with the standard camera, so it's not so good, and we will need to clean up the sound files a bit later on. But it's always better to start with good quality. Also, excuse somebody is working in the kitchen in my dorm right now, so well. But if you do have the sounds of two cameras, just two regular camera sound, then there is a little trick I've came up with when editing here that you can make it sound a bit better. And that if you take both the sound file, this is one camera, this is second camera, and then you match them exactly, and you see this one is one camera, 2 is another camera down here, and I've removed the video files we want to use. I put them together, matched the sound exactly to the sound wave, and then we just select what video material we will have. And now I think it may be a little bit heavy for my computer to show. Let's see here. We will go and we will have, let's see here, wait. We have it on the, okay. Preview quality, we set it to low, and we have a look at it.
Tomogi.
Oh wow. So I think it's a bit too heavy to record, and the video files are very big, so it's very heavy for the computer to play it up and also record it at the same time. But we see here, we change to the next shot. The sound is flawless.
I just want you to know.
But oh well. This is probably the best part of the movie anyways. But I can't record it flawlessly for you right now. Let's see here, an exported file is slightly lighter. Let's see here, what will I show to you? We have the, what is this? Maybe 7. I can show you numbers. See number 7 here.
I'm so sorry.
And we see we used the Boast sound files for that one too. And then we have a dialogue. Let's see here. It's hard to remember which all the scenes, which place them are. Let's see here. It should be number. Is it 11 maybe? No, it's not 11. It's 15. 15. Here we have it. Here we have a good example of using both the sound files, because the background noise in this scene is really horrible. Really horrible. And now, okay, it begins now. First come in with the coffee, and now we begin with the actual dialogue. From now on we start using both sound files.
It seems like that someone is back on his feet today.
Yeah, I'm getting better.
Wow. Can I ask you a favor?
Sure. What is it?
So you see, the dialogue is very natural because it's the same, you know, time. We didn't move the cameras, we used both cameras. And sad I can't show you this scene. It's one of the better ones. But anyways, don't have too high hopes for this film, but of course I will show it to you when it's done. I don't know if I will upload it on Total Nerdy channel or on the Serious channel. Maybe I do it on the Serious channel because this is not even closely related to gaming. I do put up some fun experience there. I don't know. Write me in the comments. Do you want it on the Serious channel to separate it from the gaming content so it doesn't get us so mixed up as now, or do you want it to be put up on the regular channel? Show it in the comments. Maybe we can look at a blooper some other time. I don't know. But I guess that's that. So if you decide to make a movie, I wish you the best of luck, and well, keep tuned up for the release of this one. And so anyways, see you next time. Gmodism Total Nerdy channel officially out.